Hi everyone, thank you for joining. Today I'll be showing you some Crimson King structure deck combos along with some Bystial card combos we can use in this deck. So without further ado, let's go into our first combo. So in our first combo, we'll be using only one card combo, that is Soul Resonator. Soul Resonator on special or normal summon can add one level 4 or lower fiend monster from your deck to your hand. So we'll be normal summoning our Soul Resonator, which will then add to our hand Bone Archfiend. Bone Archfiend can special summon itself by sending one card on the field or your hand to the graveyard. So we'll be sending one card from our hand to the graveyard, any card depending on the situation. Bone Archfiend have other effect. You can target one other monster you control that has level and send one fiend tuner monster directly from your deck to your graveyard and reduce or increase the level of that targeted monster by 1. So we'll be decreasing the level of Soul Resonator by 1. So now this is level 2. So level 4 Bone Archfiend will then synchro it into synchro 6 our Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon, when synchro summon, can special summon one fiend tuner monster from your graveyard. We'll be special summoning Crimson Resonator. Crimson Resonator have a special effect that you can, if the only other monster you control is a Dark Dragon Synchro monster, you can special summon up to 2 Resonator or Fiend Tuner monster from your deck. So we'll be special summoning Vision Resonator and one Synchron Resonator. So at this point, we will then go into our Synchro 8 using Red Rising Dragon and Vision Resonator into our new Scar Red Dragon Archfiend. Then Vision Resonator effect will activate. You can add one card from your deck that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. We'll be then adding Crimson Gaia, and we'll be activating Crimson Gaia, which effect is you can add one Red Dragon Archfiend or one card that mentions it from your deck or graveyard to your hand except Crimson Gaia. So we'll be adding from our deck our red zone. So at this point, we'll then go into another synchro summon. We'll use Scar Red Dragon Archfiend and Crimson Resonator, and then into synchro 10 our Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. So at this point, Scar Red Dragon Archfiend's effect will activate. Its effect is, if this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can special summon one Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. Then if this card was sent to the graveyard as a synchro material for Dark Dragon Synchro monster, you can destroy all attack position monster your opponent currently controls. So we will then use its effect by special summoning or synchro summoning Red Dragon Archfiend, and at this point we can destroy all the attack position monster our opponent currently controls because it is used for a synchro material of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. So now at this point, we will then go into another synchro summon using Red Dragon Archfiend and Synchron Resonator, and we will then synchro summon our Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. So now Synchron Resonator effect will activate, which will then add another resin or fiend tuner monster from our graveyard to our hand. We will add Vision Resonator by the effect of Synchron Resonator to our hand. At this point, we will then put one face down card, our new trap card, which is Red Zone. And Red Zone, what it does is, when your opponent activates a card or effect while you control Red Dragon Archfiend or a synchro monster that mentions it, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. So it's one pop. So now at this point, we'll pass the turn to our opponent with one face down card, that is our Red Zone. So now what we have is, we have one face up card negation, one pop destruction, sorry, and one, you can say, our destruction negation in the form of Soul Resonator. So what does Soul Resonator's second effect is, if a card you control would be destroyed by card effect while you control a Red Dragon Archfiend or synchro monster that mentions it, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. So this is a destruction negation we have in the form of Soul Resonator. So this is our first combo using only one card, that is Soul Resonator. So let's go into our second combo. Thank you. So now to our second combo. In the second combo we'll be using Soul Resonator and Bystial Lubelion. So with the effect of Bystial Lubelion, we will send it to the graveyard to add Bystial Saronin. We will then normal summon Soul Resonator, which will then add Bone Archfiend to our hand. We will then activate Bone Archfiend effect to send Bystial Saronin to the graveyard and special summon it. Bystial Saronin's effect will activate, sending Branded Regain from our deck to our graveyard. Then we will then use the second effect of Bone Archfiend, sending Crimson Resonator from our deck to the graveyard and reduce the level of Soul Resonator by 1. Then we will go into our Synchro 6, which is Red Rising Dragon again. Then we will special summon Crimson Resonator from the graveyard using the effect of Red Rising Dragon. Then Crimson Resonator's effect will activate, which we will then special summon again one Vision Resonator and one Synchron Resonator. So now at this point we will then again go into our Synchro 8, and Synchro 8 is our Scarlet Dragon Archfiend. Scarlet Dragon Archfiend, and then Vision Resonator's effect will activate from the graveyard, adding to our hand Crimson Gaia. Will then activate Crimson Gaia, which will then activate Red Zone, and at this point we will then use Bystial Lubelion's second effect. We can then tribute Scarlet Dragon Archfiend and special summon the Bystial Lubelion, which will then activate Bystial Lubelion's effect Chainlink 1 and Chainlink 2 Scarlet Dragon Archfiend because it was sent to the graveyard. We will then first we will summon, because Chainlink 2 Scarlet Dragon Archfiend, which will then special summon Red Dragon Archfiend from our extra deck, and then Chainlink 1, which is Bystial Lubelion. Branded Beast, we will then place it on our spell and trap card zone. Then we will go into another Synchro summon, go Red Dragon Archfiend and Synchron Resonator, and we will go into our Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. This is, and then Synchron Resonator's effect will activate, adding back Vision Resonator to our hand. Then again we will special summon Vision Resonator by its effect, and now we have two tuners and one Bystial Lubelion into 4 and 8. We will then go into our Red Nova Dragon. Okay, so now we'll place one card on the field and pass the turn to our opponent, and at the end phase of our turn we can then place one branded spell from our graveyard directly in our spell and trap card zone. So in this combo we have attack negation, face up card negation, we have two pops in the form of Red Zone and Branded Beast, because when my opponent will normal summon a monster, we can use Branded Regain and special summon our either Bystial Lubelion or Bystial Saronin. So we will special summon Bystial Saronin, and then we can pop with Branded Beast, and with Red Zone we can again pop one, and if one card was destroyed we can use its effect. So this is quite a lot of interactions in this combo, like 4 interactions from the back row and 2 interactions here and 1 interaction in the graveyard in the form of destruction negation. So this is one of the best combos what we can use using Bystial Monsters in this deck. So thank you for watching these 2 basic combos what I have, in future I will add more. So thank you so much.